Okay, this is Latin for Children A, Chapter 8, worksheet, and we're going to look at the Part A translation. And so our first word we have is neko, and neko ends in O, and O is a verb ending, and it means O is I. So we know this word is going to mean I do something. I neko, nekare, I kill. It's kind of violent words this week. I apologize for that. Kylum. We chant Kylum Kylie, and that word is sky or heaven. Whichever one you pick is fine. The Kylum. Now we have another verb. It's got a mus. See, there's our verb endings. O-S-T, mus, tis, unt. O is I, S is you, T is he and she and it. Mus is we. We. Pugno, pugnare. We fight. Hopefully you got that one. Hand signals for that. Now this is kind of funny. This one says nominative. This is a noun, so they're mixing up our verbs and our nouns, and that might get a little confusing for you, but work with me. It'll end up being easy in the end. Pueri. We chant this puer, pueri, boy, boy. But this pueri is in nominative. It ends in an E, so let's look at our, I don't have them up here. We need to put those masculine endings. Us, E, O, O, E, orum, is, os, is. And never give daus, it's a D, any apples. All right, so these are our masculine endings this time. And so when we are looking, singular is one, plural two or more, at the nominative for pueri, nominative, singular is us, but plural is e. So we know that this pueri means more than one puer, which is a boy. So boys. And auxilii, well, that also ends in E. But we need to think about, how do we chant auxilii? We chant auxilium, auxilii, that's a neuter, e. Nominative, subject, genitive, possessive, of. This is the of the auxilium, and remember auxilium means help, of the help. If you just got help or boys or something about fighting, you're on the right track. But yellow level, we really want to understand what our endings mean, how the word's going to be used in the sentence. So yellow level will want to know that this is of the help. There we go. Divide at regna, divide, almost looks exactly like it, and rule. That's our Latin saying, so we don't have to do much for that one. Now we go down here to servum. Okay, now we don't chant that servum, servi. No, we don't have neuter servums. We chant this us, servus, servi, servo, servum, servo. So there's the servum. Nominative, subject, genitive, possessive of, dative, indirect object, to or for, accusative, that is accusative, direct object. And so all we write is the slave. It doesn't come with any extra little word to go with it. The servum is the slave. Okay, now we have mandant, ends in unt. Ooh, we're back up to our verbs again. O-S-T, mus, tis, unt, I, you, he, she, it, we, you all, and they. So mandant means they, I'm running out of room, they, mando, mandare, they entrust. Paper's too small. Dominus, domini, Lord or master. Okay, I was interrupted by my son, and I don't know if that sounded weird or not, but I need to work on this. Okay, exempla. That's a weird ah. We chant that exemplum, exempli. So that's that neuter. Exemplum, exempli, exemplo, exemplum, exemplo, exempla. Singular is one, plural two or more. This is a nominative subject and it's plural, so it is just example, plural. And we write that as examples. Yay. Opugnas. That is a verb and it ends in an S. O is I, S is you. You, opugno, opugnare, you attack. Okay, so if you are purple and you find the basic word that goes with these words, you're really close. If you are yellow, I want you to be thinking about your masculine endings, your neuter endings for your nouns, and your verb endings, ost, mustis, unt, and that will help you out. Okay, now I want you to go and look at the derivatives at the bottom of your page. D is derivatives. Oh, that color is hard. Okay, so D derivatives. It says, a person with a blank has been sent to do something. And it comes from the word mando. Okay, mando, mandare, mandavi mandatum, I command. So a person who has a command has been sent to do something, but the command word is going to come from mando. And that's a big fancy English word called a mandate. Mandate. If you have a mandate, you've been sent to do something. And it comes from mando. So a derivative comes directly from the Latin word into English. So this is the word that we put in our blank on number 1. Now number 2, many people make a blank to their favorite charity at Christmas, and it comes from donum. So donum's the Latin word, and what do we make that sounds like donum? That means gift. We make a donation at Christmas, and that comes from donum, gift. Now, you're going to practice your words this week. You're going to make sure that you have the B chant box all filled in, and the answers are already in your book for that. You just need to fill them in. But let's take a look for a moment at our quiz paper. I'm going to turn over to our quiz. We have new vocabulary, which is required for our purple students and our yellow students. We have review vocabulary. That's, whoa, where did that come from? Review vocabulary is also required for everybody, where that checklist, check mark came from. But the chant is required for yellow. All right. Well, what will our chant look like on our quiz? I'm going to show it to you, and then on Friday you can take the quiz and see if you know it. Okay. So over in the first set of boxes, we're going to do our never give daus any apples for our nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, ablative. And this will be a little more simplified than the actual exercise, but this is how we're going to have it on the quiz. And we're going to go donum. 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 Doni. Dono. Donum. Dono. This is that crazy neuter one, doesn't know what he is. Donum, doni, dono, donum, dono. And then for our plurals, dona, donorum, donis, dona, donis. So the special little secret thing is that the nominative and the accusative are always the same in the neuter. Do-num, do-num, do-na, do-na. So yellows, you not only have to memorize this chant for honor stickers, you have to be able to write it up. If you can't write it up, you will not be earning honor stickers next week. And then for the bottom, for the grammar on the quiz, part D of the quiz, let's just look at what those answers would be. What kind of word do the cases of Latin frequently include? They include these little tiny words like in, by, with, or from, and these are prepositions. Prepositions, and I'll let you abbreviate as a preposition. Okay? They are included in a lot of these cases of the nouns. And number 2, give 2 examples of the kind of word mentioned above. So this is D1 and D2. Well, that's easy. Let's listen for some prepositions. Nominative, subject, genitive, possessive of. Whoops. So of is a preposition. Dative, indirect object. To or for. Accusative, direct object. Ablative, in, by, with, from, objects of the preposition. Those are all prepositions. Of, to, for, in, by, with, or from. And you only have to have 2 of them in your brain for this quiz, so that's not too bad. And 3 is the neuter rule. In the neuter rule, nominative equals accusative. That's the simplest way to do it, like a math equation. The nominative, donum, and the accusative, donum. The nominative plural, dona, and the accusative plural, dona. They're going to be exactly the same with neuter nouns. Nominative and accusative are always the same, and the easy way to write it is nominative equals accusative. So the chant and the grammar are bonuses for purple. They're not bonuses for yellow. They're mandatory for yellow. And if you've gone this far into the video, I'm going to say that if you put this anywhere on your quiz, I will count that as a secret code, and I will give you a bonus sticker for watching your video. Okay, see you next week.